Welcome back, Royal Sussex Squad family. Today's episode is one that will leave you shaking your head at the desperation, the confusion, and the absolute delusion of the British royal commentator class, and also leave you marinating in the undeniable truth. Harry and Duchess Meghan keep living, winning and growing, while the haters keep screaming into the void. Because suddenly, out of nowhere, Tina Brown has crawled out from whatever dusty corner of royal gossip nostalgia she's been sitting in since the 90s, to wag her trembling finger at Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan again. And not just the usual passive-aggressive royalist critique. Oh no. This time she is serving a full buffet of hypocrisy, projection, bitterness and jealousy disguised as analysis. And we are going to unpack every word. Because when you read her interview with the New York Times, it becomes crystal clear. This isn't about Harry. This isn't about Duchess Meghan. This is about the royalist establishment raging that they no longer control the narrative, and that the Sussexes walked out and flourished. So go ahead and grab your tea, your snacks, your headphones, your soul, because this is going to be a 69-plus-minute deep dive into everything wrong with Tina Brown's argument, everything right with Harry and Duchess Meghan's evolution, and everything the royal establishment refuses to accept about their loss of influence. Let's begin. The interview opens with Tina Brown performing her usual circus act, pretending to be a serious journalist while throwing little darts soaked in bitterness toward Meghan. The moment she says, "I've never seen anybody make as many mistakes as Meghan Markle," that alone tells you everything. First of all, what mistakes? Where? What business failure? What flop? What scandal? What crisis? Duchess Meghan has deals with the biggest companies in the entertainment industry, launches that go viral in hours, and a brand so powerful that even her critics refresh her website like it's their morning newspaper. But Tina Brown, a woman whose last book read like it was ghostwritten by a Buckingham Palace intern, thinks Meghan is the one making professional mistakes. Make it make sense. Tina says it with her whole chest. Harry is not the brightest bulb either. Really? The same Harry, whose memoir shattered global records? The same Harry, whose Netflix docuseries brought in massive global numbers and reshaped the entire narrative of the monarchy? The same Harry who built Invictus from nothing into a world-changing movement honoured by presidents, world leaders and veterans internationally? But no, according to Tina Brown, a man who created one of the most important veteran organisations of the 21st century is somehow not bright. The delusion leaps out. It gets worse, because she tries to diminish Duchess Meghan's accomplishments with the cooking project line. You can feel the venom dripping through the screen. You can feel the jealousy.
Make sure that you're nice and relaxed.
The rage that Meghan can release a jam or a candle and break the internet within hours. You can feel the bitterness that Meghan's authenticity, charisma and intelligence obliterate the carefully curated, image-managed royal robot formulas the palace tries to sell. Tina wants so badly to paint Meghan as unsuccessful, but the numbers don't lie. Impact doesn't lie. Global cultural relevance doesn't lie.
Are you quite competitive?
The haters are the ones screaming for attention.
Depends on what it is. Yeah.
Meghan doesn't even have to speak to dominate headlines.
Good luck, mate.
But Tina Brown, she has to drag Meghan's name through the mud just to get relevance. Now, let's move to the most ridiculous part of the interview, where she claims Harry should
And just
return
last week,
to England.
an unexpected diagnosis
Oh yes,
for Harry's father,
we're
King
back
Charles.
to the tired Harry
How
must
did you
come
get the news
crawling
that the
back
king
to the
was ill?
firm fan fiction.
I spoke to him.
Let's be clear,
And what did you do
Harry
next?
has 100
jumped on the
Namples
plane
portfolio.
and went to go
Harry
see him as soon as I
is
could.
internationally
How was that
respected.
visit for you emotionally?
Harry is living in peace.
Look,
Harry
I love
is
my
raising
family.
his
The fact that
children
I was
in
able
safety.
to get on a plane
Harry
and see
is
him,
building a
spend any time with
legacy
him. I'm
independent
grateful
from
for that.
monarchy
What's
dysfunction.
sort of your
But
outlook
somehow,
on his
Tina
health?
Brown,
That stayed
sitting in
true.
her
An
Manhattan
illness in the
apartment,
family can
thinks
have
she
a
knows what's
galvanizing
best for
or sort of
Harry.
reunifying effect
Absolutely
for a family.
not.
Is that possible in this case?
She
Yeah,
says
sure.
Harry
And,
is good at being
throughout
a
all
prince.
these families, I see it on a
He's
day-to-day
charming.
basis.
He lights up
You know,
rooms.
again,
He
the
connects
strength
with the
of
youth.
family unit coming
Exactly.
together.
Just physically
That's why
being
the
in
monarchy
California,
is still
how have you
crying about him
processed
leaving.
the fact that there's so much
That's why
happening
they are
back,
so
with
fixated
your
on
family,
dragging him
where you
back.
come from.
I have my
Harry
own family,
took
right?
their
So
magic
as we all
with him.
do, right? So,
The monarchy
you know,
doesn't want to
my
heal the family.
and my life
They
in
want their
California
charismatic
is
show
as it is.
pony back
You know, I
because
will- I've
the
got
institution
other
is
trip planned,
collapsing under the
that
weight
will
of
take
its
me through
own
the UK or back
irrelevance.
to the UK. So,
Tina's
you know, I'll stop
real
and see my
message
family
is
once again.
this.
That's my next question about
We
your
need
family.
Harry
How's Harry
to
the dad?
fix what William
what?
How's Harry
cannot.
the dad?
I can't tell you that.
But instead of admitting that
It's
William
top
lacks
secret?
global
It's top
charisma,
secret.
she frames
No,
it
they're
as
making lunch.
Harry
The kids are doing
realizing
great. The kids
he
are
was
growing up
born
like
to be a
kids do
prince.
very, very fast.
No,
They
Tina.
both got an incredible
What Harry
sense of humour
realized
and,
was that
you
he
know,
was
make us
born a
laugh and keep
human
us grounded
being,
every single day, like
not
most
a
kids do.
palace
So,
prop. She
yeah, I'm
even
just very
says
grateful
Harry
to be a
is
dad.
just
How are
some
you
guy
enjoying
doing
your time
PR
living in the
gigs.
It's amazing. I love
Imagine
every
calling
single
one
day.
of the most
feel
impactful global
American?
humanitarians just some guy.
Do
She
I feel
reveals her
American?
entire agenda
No,
with
I
that
don't know.
line.
I don't know how I
The
feel.
attack
Would you think
isn't
about
about
becoming a
Harry's
citizen?
work. It's about punishing him
I have
for
considered
leaving.
it, yeah.
Yeah?
It's about punishing him
What
for
would-
choosing Meghan.
What would stop you from
It's
doing
about punishing
I have
him
no
for
idea.
prioritising mental
I'm
health,
here
agency,
standing next to this with
independence
these guys.
and
It's
truth
American
over
citizenship
palace
is-
PR machinery.
Is a
But
thought
then,
that's crossed my mind, but
she
certainly
admits
not
something
that's a high priority for me right
extraordinary.
now.
Aside from
She
Invictus,
slips
what
up.
else are you?
She reveals
what's
a
keeping you
truth
busy
that royalists
when you're out of
don't
the
want
house?
to acknowledge.
Everything.
Yeah?
Harry
Everything in the house,
is more
everything outside the house.
charismatic. Harry is
So,
more
no,
loved.
the mission
Harry
continues
is a
and
better connector with the
every
public.
element of
Harry
the work
has
continues,
something
and before you know
William
it,
does
February
not.
next year,
Natural
this time in a
warmth,
year's time, we're gonna be
energy,
right here
humanity.
doing all this again.
She
Hopefully
didn't
we'll be
mean
here.
to admit it, but she couldn't hide it. And that's why the royal commentators are trembling, because the monarchy knows, deep down, that without Harry and Meghan, the global spotlight is dimming. The future looks cold, stiff, boring. Where's the sparkle? Where's the human connection? Where's the relevance? Let's be honest, it's not coming from the air. Now, let's talk about her claim that William will be the decider, as if the monarchy is some mafia hierarchy. Tina Brown exposes the truth without realizing it. William isn't operating with compassion. He's operating with punishment. He's operating with ego. He's operating with that bitterness he's been hoarding since childhood. She frames it as Harry betraying William. But the real betrayal happened to Harry, not from him. Harry was the one thrown under the bus. Harry was the one used as a scapegoat. Harry was the one smeared in the press. Harry was the one offered up to the tabloids to protect the heir. But royal commentators will twist themselves into pretzels before admitting that. Now, Tina Brown says something about the Queen enabling Andrew. Baby, when I tell you she finally said something true. She did, but she said it with strategic intention. This wasn't about truth-telling. This was about shifting blame away from Charles. Because, let's be honest, as soon as Charles became king, he did everything he could to rehabilitate Andrew. Private events, horse riding, payments, legal shielding. Charles spent years trying to clean Andrew's image, until the public backlash became so loud he had to hide Andrew away again. So Tina Brown, blaming the Queen, conveniently helps Charles look like the responsible monarch, and not the man who spent decades using public funds to protect his disgraced brother. But the most revealing moment in the entire interview, Tina Brown's obsession with portraying Harry and Meghan as failures. She wants them to be broke. She wants them to be suffering. She wants them to be desperate. She wants them to be unsuccessful. But why? Because their success is a direct threat to the British royal gossip economy. Every time Meghan launches a product and it sells out, Tina loses sleep. Every time Harry speaks at the UN or attends Invictus, the royal rota loses their breath. Every time America embraces them, the monarchy realizes their grip on global influence is slipping fast. So Tina Brown escalates the rage, the bitterness, the projections. She rants, she exaggerates, she rewrites reality. She invents crisis after crisis. But her tone, her energy, her emotional subtext, all of it screams, "I am angry that Harry and Meghan succeeded without us. Royal Sussex squad family." This is the part where you lean in. People who are truly irrelevant are not discussed with this level of obsession. People who are truly failing do not dominate headlines globally for years after leaving the monarchy. People who are truly unsuccessful don't cause royal commentators to lose their minds daily. The Sussexes are doing well. So well that it drives the entire British royal commentary ecosystem into frenzied meltdown. Now, let's close this analysis with the truth. Harry and Duchess Meghan did not make mistakes. They made choices. Brave choices, risky choices, human choices, protective choices, healing choices. They chose family over institution. They chose mental health over duty. They chose truth over silence. They chose love over performance. They chose purpose over palace optics. And as long as Harry and Meghan stand firm in their truth, the haters will continue to expose themselves as bitter, outdated, jealous, angry relics of a collapsing media system. The monarchy needs them. The rota needs them. The commentators need them. And that right there tells you everything. Now, Royal Sussex Squad family, if you enjoy deep dive breakdowns like this, if you love unpacking royal propaganda and exposing the truth behind their desperate attempts to twist narratives, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure your notifications are on. Drop a super thanks if you'd like to support the channel. And remember, we are louder, stronger, and more united than every bitter royal commentator combined. This is the Royal Sussex Squad, signing out, and I will see you in the next one.